let's move on to the rest of the card. Because I got bumped. I have to say, the judges, yeah, with this Turkey guy, the judging has been shocking. Yeah, the judging has been really low grade. They're getting a lot of robberies. Now, I had Josh Kelly fought a guy on 2 days' notice. He did well. This Ishmael cat. Ishmael cat, did he do well? He started too late. Ishmael started in the last 2 rounds. And I have to be honest, Josh Kelly looked like an accident waiting to happen. He didn't look confident holding his feet. He's very quick. Good combinations, but he can't fight on the inside for Toffee. And the only guy who looked dangerous and menacing all night was Ishmael Davis. And we saw that in the last 2 rounds. So the fight was close. I had it 7-5 Kelly, but it was unanimous. Yeah? You can't win legitimately, you could watch the first 9-10 rounds of that fight and maybe give Ishmael one of the rounds. That's the truth. He was just standing there with his hands up like a heavy bag, just following Josh. I had Josh winning out of the first 9. I had him winning 8. Or even 7. Out of the first 9, there's no way Josh Kelly didn't win 7. So even if you give the guy 5 rounds, there's no way. This was a unanimous decision. Some dude had him winning. Impossible. There's no way he could have won. So I got robbed on that. I had Josh Kelly winning by unanimous decision, which pissed me off. Josh Kelly, he's so twitchy and so fast, he runs out of gas. But he's got to learn to put his hands up and be able to hold his feet at some points. It was lacking that. And he was getting clip pulling out and whatever else. Again, like AJ, this is the problem with the whole boxy thing. There's nothing wrong with being you can be an outboxer. I guess you got Erislandy Lara kind of thing, but you can do that Erislandy Lara shtick. I haven't really watched too much of him. I'm not sure if he does kind of exchange at some points. But if you want to make a holistic fighter, it's no good just doing all back foot. There's not one point in that fight of 12 rounds where Josh Kelly held his feet tucked up and just exchanged a little bit. IYB, you're always saying to do that. Let me give you a reference. Who does it well? Josh Buatsi. Josh Buatsi last night showed you how things are supposed to look. Bosh, elbows in, chin down, winging away, pop, with a jab. Look great. And I'm not saying Josh Kelly needs to mimic Josh Buatsi, but there should be parts of that in his game. It can't all be loosey-goosey, jerking off. Let's get that hand speed in the mix, with your chin down, at points. Because at the moment, he looks like an accident waiting to happen. He's just constantly running, and you're not giving the guy nothing to think about. That Ishmael on 2 days' notice, you didn't make him scared enough not to come in. And that's why he got you in the back straight. If you'd have been having people, for the first 9 rounds, if Josh Kelly in each round had spent 10 seconds standing with him and working him, by the last 2 or 3 rounds, Ishmael would have wanted nothing to do with it because you'd have beat the fight out of him. The problem was, Josh Kelly never beat the fight out of him. So Ishmael was just waiting, and to be quite frank, if Ishmael had started 6 rounds earlier, he would have won the fight, no doubt. Because after 9 rounds, I was getting worried, like, oh, Josh is slowing down, he don't want to fight, he looks nervous on the inside. It's one of them. So, that's that one done. We've then got Kakachi. I won this bet on one of my hackers, I think. Kakachi, Anthony Kakachi versus Warrington. Kakachi, I don't know what these trainers are doing. Before the fight, Kakachi said, I plan to go in there and knock Cordina out when we fought. But this fight, I'm going to show more sides to my game. So this fight, he won the fight, he dominated the fight against Warrington, who's small. But he was getting caught more than he was with Cordina. This is the problem when people have a fascination with showing more. AJ was the same. Oh, I want to show more things to my game. For what? Not everyone's going to be Prince Nassim Ahmad Hamed. All loosey-goosey and spinning off and doing magical shit. The basics. Kakachi looked great against Cordina. In this fight, he did well, but he could have stopped Josh Warrington. He just wasn't working enough. He was boxing Warrington. And it let Warrington into the fight if Warrington was coming forward. If Kakachi had met him like this, when Kakachi was fighting Cordina, he met Cordina like this and was working. Devastating. If he'd have done that, he'd have stopped Warrington. Instead, he's boxing and getting caught and boxing and getting caught. Why? Why show more facets to your game? You're 35 years old. Everyone or boxing heads got put onto you from the, what's it called fight? What fight was it? From the Cordina fight. Do what works. Don't be boxing now all of a sudden. Kakachi was massive in there. He was the only puncher in there. Warrington can't punch. And yet he wasn't saying, you know what? People, if you're the puncher, if you've got a solid chin, Warrington's been stopped before. Kakachi's never been stopped. Kakachi was massive, bigger puncher, and better chin. Why are you boxing with him for? You go straight in there and open it like a heavy bag. Straight forward. Seriously. That's what you should have done. No playing, no messing. But he didn't, so it went to points. It wasn't a bad fight, but I like Kakachi. He'd got to learn to stop. I don't know what he was doing. Warrington fought valiantly. Warrington's a warrior. Just outgunned. Bottom line. Now we've got the Joshua Buatsi. This was outside of the main event, this was the fight of the night. And after salute Hutchinson. I backed Buatsi to win. I was nervous though. Why was I nervous? Buatsi hasn't pulled his finger out his ass yet. Tonight he pulled his finger out his ass. Salute to Buatsi. That's all I've been asking for. For me, Buatsi's been, I told you before the fight, for me, Buatsi's a one-gear fighter. Up until last night, he has no ambition. He's not punching with bad intentions. He's just kind of winning. The Floyd Mayweather, well, I've won every round, so I'll just jerk off. Not good enough. Boring. Not entertaining. Doesn't show us how good are you. Tonight we found out how good Buatsi was. I knew Hutchinson wouldn't have no chin. I knew Hutchinson couldn't punch. And it turns out Hutchinson's soft to the body as well. He food. However, Hutchinson does have balls. He's broke though. All the broke ones, they have balls to some extent, right? It's quite rare for someone who's broke not to have balls. But he did get up. He got up and he fought valiantly. He actually came fighting back. Whenever Buatsi hurt him, he'd get up and give it a go. So yeah, salute to Hutchinson. Again though, with the judges' scorecards, ridiculous. One judge had it for Hutchinson with a point taken off for headbutts, I think it was, for 2 knockdowns. So this guy, Buatsi's up 3 points and won 9 rounds at least. And they give one judge give it to Hutchinson. The most shocking thing I've ever seen in my life. It's almost statistically impossible for someone to get 3 points taken off and the other guy win. Or that guy win. Particularly when they're getting whooped like Buatsi's whooping him. Buatsi's got a solid chin, his speed, his placement. He reminds me really of a Andre Ward who can punch. That's the truth. An Andre Ward who can punch. That's how he looked to me. Good cardio, good chin. I love his technique. It's all narrow and he's all chin down, his hands here. Tight. Yeah? All the boxing trainers out there, yeah? It's not rocket science. Elbows in, chin down, hands narrow and tight to your head. Start there. If you get a phenom in the gym who's like, he can do it all and he can catch a ba-ba. Yeah, that's different. But generically speaking, keep it simple. Buatsi keeps it simple. He's not doing nothing that's magical. But it works. And he's able to get his power off. And get his combinations off. And at the same time, keep himself relatively safe. He gets caught, all fighters get caught. But half the time, or more than half the time, he ain't getting caught because his defense is tight. That's what I need to see. As far as what's next for Buatsi and Hutchinson, they talk about a rematch. I think it depends. Depends what Buatsi... If Buatsi gets Yard next, which is looking unlikely because Frank Warren and Yard are in some sort of legal thing, so Yard can't fight, that fight makes the most sense. I think Beterbiev and Bivol have a rematch. That's going to be another year. Right? Beterbiev and Bivol is going to be a year regardless, so forget about the belts. Buatsi, Yard, I wouldn't mind seeing the Hutchinson rematch. It was good enough. And no doubt it'll be a good payer for Buatsi. He liked the money. Equally, you got David Benavidez. I wouldn't mind seeing that either, to be honest. Let's see how good Buatsi really is. I think, honestly, at this point, I'd back Buatsi to beat Benavidez. Benavidez can't punch. I don't like Benavidez. He can't punch, man. I'd back Ben. But are they going to make that? Probably not. It's not a massive USA fight. Turkey could put it on. I think Benavidez is in contact with Turkey, so he could put that on. But those are the kind of fights we need now. We need the challenger fights. Benavidez, Buatsi, Yard, and the Cuban dude. Forgot his name. Throw him in there. Them guys need to work it out now. Because Beterbiev and Bivol, they could have 3 fights, to be quite frank. If it goes 1-1, we definitely should see a trilogy of that one. That could be 18 months, a year from now. So these guys need to work it out, and someone needs to come out on top, ready for the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol, 2 or 3 potentially. But this is great work from Buatsi, and hopefully he takes the confidence from this to think, you know what, I am that level. He looked to me like he was lacking, he was certainly lacking spite, but he was lacking the confidence to be spiteful. He should be filled with confidence now. Filled with it. Because Hutchinson, I mean, Buatsi was the favourite, but Hutchinson's alright, and to be fair, he's not no Benavidez. I never rated Hutchinson like that. All that boxing shtick, man. You need a lot of gas to do that for 12 rounds. I think Hutchinson would probably be better, going with Domingo. Because Billy Joe Saunders was able to maintain that level of boxiness for 12 rounds only once. And that was with Domingo. Off the Moody eggs, probably. Off the Conor Hen eggs. So Hutchinson should get with Domingo, if I'm honest. So he can stay sharp. Although actually Buatsi is beating his ass from early on. All due respect. He's beating his ass from early. So this wasn't really a battle of cardio. But Willy was gassed more than Buatsi was. Buatsi's very economical, man. I've gained a lot of respect for Buatsi. And Buatsi versus Yard would be before I'd have told you Yard will blow Buatsi out. After seeing that performance, if Buatsi can bring that energy to a Yard fight, it's 50-50. I'm not sure who I'd back actually at this point. It really is a toss-up. I'd probably just enjoy that one. Unless there was... If there's a big favourite in Yard versus Buatsi, I'd go with the underdog, just for the odds. But I'm guessing the odds are going to be... Buatsi and Yard is like Beterbiev Bivol. Straight 50-50. We need to see it. I don't know what Yard doing. Yard need to pull his finger out. Frank Warren's on, man. Frank Warren's put you on as well, a few times. There's some careers, for me, Joe Joyce got shafted by Frank Warren. But Anthony Yard isn't one of the cats here who need to be moaning and complaining about Frank Warren. He's been done nice by Frank. So I don't know what him and Tunde are doing. Yeah, no doubt some moody hood culture again. Oh man, we need to get paid. Paid for what? You keep losing. All due respect. You don't get paid. Yard, man, you don't get paid when you keep losing. Who you beat? Who's Yard really beat? Bums, right? What's he on about? I need to get paid. You lost to 50-year-old Kovalev, and Beterbiev, I'll let you off, but you still lost, got stopped. In fact, you got stopped in both fights. What are we talking about here? You got a light-skinned cat, got stopped twice, and he's talking about how he needs to get paid. Paid for what? For beating Lyndon Arthur. That's what you need to be paid for. Come on now. Get in there and Frank's on. Frank's got the turkey bag. What are you doing in the courts now for? Of all the times to be in the courts, it's not now. It's not now. Yard's a 32-year-old, 33-year-old. What's he doing in the courts now for? Turkey got the money. All you got to do is fight for it. Right? Beat Buatsi, potentially, and then you're in there with Beterbiev and Yard. I mean, Beterbiev and Bivol at some point. What are these guys doing, man? These corny hood dudes who think they're trying to overthink things. At this point, Anthony Yard, I like him, he's got good skills, but at this point, Anthony Yard's best win is Lyndon Arthur. That's what you go into court for, to justify wanting more coins or whatever. You bugging. Bugging. From one light-skinned Nick to another, you bugging, Anthony. I think it's probably... the problem is, I think it's Tunde. Tunde's in his ear. For whatever reason, something ain't right. Start winning against the top guys, and then you can complain. Because everyone who's winning with Frank Warren, they ain't complaining. I never heard Dubois complain. To be fair, even when he was losing, he weren't complaining. He paid. Dubois ain't complain. Tyson Fury ain't complain. Billy Joe Saunders, half of the time, didn't complain. No one else got a problem. But Yard got a problem. Come on now. Is that all the fights on the card? Oh yeah, Hamza Sheeraz. He looked dangerous, man. He a big old sandy cat as well. This Hamza dude. He a big old sandy cat. That's for sure. Big old. I'm not sure. I think he gonna become a world champion for sure. At 160. 160's weak. Not that he couldn't anyway, but 160's particularly weak. 160's the sweetest division in boxing right now. There's nothing sweeter than 160. And I think at this point in time, I need to look actually. I knew the guy Hamza fought, Tyler Denny, he's no good like that. I knew he was going to get smoked. But I'm glad that he got paid. But it was a bit of a... It was a gimme fight. This was. Hopefully his next fight, they offered Eubank 4 mil for this fight, and Eubank turned it down. So he had cornball. If Eubank was offered 4 mil for this fight, he had cornball and he shook. Scary light skin looking ass dude. Get him out of here, man. He want to fight bums. That's what Eubank want to do. Bum slayer. That's Eubank's speciality, fighting bums. Who's Eubank for, man? Oh, 50-year-old De Gale. Come on. I'm trying to find out about the division and see who's in there, but I'm pretty... This cat, man, he should go to the top, to be honest. Apparently he's ranked number 3 now. Oh my god, this division's sweet, people. Jamal Charlo, he off the Oxy. Do you understand? Hamza punched Jamal Charlo up. He's no good. He oxified. Yeah? That's what he off. He off the Purdue farmer. Do you understand? He ain't doing nothing. Lara, 60 trillion years old. Can't punch, apart from unless your name's Danny Not So Swift Garcia. Right? Let's call a spade, man. He can't punch. So Hamza's essentially undisputed at 160 now. I'm putting it out there straight. Apparently this cat here, Zanibek, is kind of like a Golovkin / Habib cat. I've never watched him, though. I'd have to see him. Oh, he's got quite a few KOs here. Denzel Bentley, 12 rounds. I'd have to watch him. But at this point in time, Hamza he cutting through people. Although the only risk about Hamza is he chinny. I do think Hamza's chinny. I'm not going to lie. I think Hamza's chinny. But at this point in time, it's not like you got Triple G at 160. If you had Triple G at 160, Hamza's massive though. Triple G's like 5'9". This guy's 6'3". He's massive. He reminds me of the cat at 154 that Tim Tszyu fought last. Forgot his name now, but he's just massive. Like and the thing is, normally with these big lanky dudes, the guy at 154, yeah, who just beat Tim Tszyu, his legs are skinny. But I see Hamza, and he's 6'3" tall, but his legs aren't like sticks. So I'm thinking, how this cat? I think Turkey rigging for this cat, man. I think this guy weighing like 180 or something. I don't think he's 175 either, if I'm honest. He's just massive. He don't look right. Normally, when you have two men of the same weight, yeah, you might get a little short, stocky neck. But the flip side is, the guy's obviously gangly. And your eyes can interpret weight almost. Your eyes can differentiate between someone who's just tall and lanky and small and stocky. But Hamza, he big and big. He's like, where's the weight going? I think Turkey rigged the scale for this dude, man. He weighing in 180, 190. That's what I think he doing. And he putting this one of his people in there. He's putting one of his people on with these little midgets 160. I don't believe it, people. I don't believe he 160. I just don't. I don't see it. If I did, I'd tell you. Because the last guy he fought, Amma Williams, he was small and stocky, but still, Hamza looked just as stocky as Amma Williams, but another 6 inches taller. It's like, it don't make sense. It don't add up. He should have stick legs if he's going to be that tall and the same weight. So Turkey's put him on with a moody scale. Yeah? We know these government cats, they can hack anything that's got Bluetooth or any type of connectivity. People, you can buy scales these days that have Wi-Fi. So Bosh. Turkey got one of his hackathons on that. And when Hamza get on the scale, he's really 180 and it pops up, boop, 159.9. That's the kind of shit he on, in my opinion. Something, the math ain't mathing for me. But now, assuming he really weighs 160, which is, I'll be very shocked if he's actually 160. He's dangerous. I don't see no one. From my naive point of view, having not researched none of these cats, Jamal, I don't rate Jamal like that. He washed up anyway. Lara's 45-year-old. At least, right? They say it's 41. That means it's probably 48 plus. So Lara, none of these guys. Hamza's too quick and he punches too hard and it's too big. Lara comes from where? He comes from like 154. So he's young, he's big, he's strong, his jab's good, which is something that some gangly fighters can't do. Some gangly fighters don't have a jab. Hamza does, and it's a power jab. And he's got a right hand. And he can tear up on the inside. I like his defense. Hamza's like this, sucked in, tight. So I need to look into Zanibek, but I reckon he beat all these cats. And it would be interesting, actually, if we get him. I'd love to see Hamza versus Lara. Turkey put it on. Because if we can get some good odds, I'll be backing Hamza bigly. That's what I'll be doing. Anyway, people. I think I'm going to get out of it now still. Let's check some comments quickly. Janibek would knock that praying mantis spark out. Let me have a look at Janibek, man. Because Janibek's had points with random bums, though. This cat here's a bum. Denzel Bentley, he had some height, but he's a bum. Yeah? And Janibek won by 2 rounds. And he went points. That's the only name I've heard of. Yeah, Denzel Bentley. He had some hype. I think he was with Eddie Hearn or something. And he's been knocked out before. So Denzel Bentley's been knocked out by Felix Cash, another B-level dude. And Zanibek couldn't stop him. Let's have a look at Zanibek. Let's have a look at him on YouTube quickly. Well, that's funny. I need to do a video taking the piss out of Ben Davison because he was acting all mystical before the fight. Now he's talking about an off day. Ben, you weren't saying that before. We was talking about the best form ever. Now he on off day. Stop playing. Johnny, I don't want to play the foot actually. Let me just get a look for dude. Let me just get a little taste for dude, maybe. Action pack Johnny Beck.
At Pure Gym, get all the flex you need with no contracts, 24/7 access in most gyms, top quality kit, and unlimited classes. Plus, there's no joining fee. Don't miss out. Join today.
What's going on here? I don't want to sign up with your Moody Gym.
I'll put it on the social media.
Wow, another ad.
You're not on the social medias.
Are you sure you're okay?
I apologize.
Good luck.
I'm going to just show the stills here. Just to get a taste for this guy.
And a great finish.
Nah, I'm sorry. Just off that clip there, people. Just off this here. He's too leaky, man. He's too leaky. He's too leaky. Just off this here, watch. Watch.
And
This bit here, this bit here.
great finish. By 2 warriors. My goodness.
He's too leaky, man. He's too leaky. Hands down. What round was this? So, oh, it's round 12 to be fair. They've showed us round 12. So he's tied by this point. Don't know what to put it on the highlights for. Round 12. It started at round 10. Let's see what round 10 was saying. Come on, bro. He ain't gonna do nothing, man. It'll be a good fight. I think Zanibek will come to fight. Gennady Golovkin's second cousin will come to fight, but you're in there tangling with Denzel Bentley. He's no good as well. You're in there having a fight with him, so and it's looking sloppy. Hamza's gonna be 6 inches of reach, 6 inches of height, and his jab's a ramrod. Yeah. So when Janibek's in there laying all on Denzel Bentley, who's 4 foot tall, okay, Hamza gonna have that jab right in your mouth, and you're gonna be leaky like this. So forget about Zanibek, man. Hamza punch him up. I'm telling you now, Hamza punch him right up. From what I've seen, I don't need RYB. You've only watched about 10 seconds. Don't matter. I'll tell you now for free. For free, I'll tell you that. He's not Golovkin. He don't have Golovkin power. Because if he did, people, when dudes are on the what we're trying to do in this slick holding their feet thing with, for example, Willie Monroe. When Willie Monroe had all that slick, I'll stand a little bit. Golovkin goes straight through him. He ain't going 12 rounds on Willie Monroe with a moody shoulder roll. This cat here, Denzel, with a moody shoulder roll. Zanibek slapping away and not doing nothing. So Hamza punches the guy up. That's what you can guarantee. You can put that in your diary right now for free. Zanibek is ducking Hamza, yeah. Hamza punched them guys up. Although Triple G did say that he might come back, I wouldn't mind seeing that. We know Turkey has a thing for Hamza, obviously, because they're of the same sect. So get Triple G old ass in there. That would be a great name to boost up Hamza's resume. Hamza would give Buatsi a good fight. Yeah, people, Hamza's 175. Seriously, at the least. He might be a cruiserweight. All jokes aside, he might be a cruiserweight. He might be coming in 200 pounds, which makes sense how he's knocking everyone out. If you told me that Turkey's scamming the Wi-Fi enabled scales for Hamza, I'd believe you. He could be certainly a light heavyweight. Certainly. Because Buatsi's bone dry lean, yeah? He's like 6 foot. He's not that big. And Buatsi looks skinny. Hamza's massive. Massive shoulders, massive arms. Not muscly, but his long arms. Big stocky, solid legs. I'm thinking, someone adding up here. Look at Zanibek. Zanibek's got like a little boy body and he's short. So I'm thinking, where's all... Zanibek's legs look the same as Hamza's. So look at this Nick here. His legs look skinny. So I'm thinking, how is Hamza 6'3" with decent sized legs? I'll tell you how. He's a 175 pluser. That's how. But either way, even if Turkey's rigging the scales or not, I'm putting money on him every time. The 160 division's weak. He can become undisputed there. In fact, I might even contact Sky Bet and say, give me some odds on... Well, undisputed's hard to get because people duck and whatnot, but I'd put some money on now of Hamza becoming unified champion, winning 2 belts. You probably get 3-1 odds on that. Bash. Is it next year? Probably not though, because of politics. But he ain't taking no damage. He should really be in on the December card now. I'd have Hamza on the December card. Keep him. He's ready to fight. He's in shape. He's beating the bums up. Get him in there with Lara. Lara needs a bag, right? Lara's never really been paid like that. Turkey, fly him in. Take his belts. He might even have 2 belts. Let's have a look before I go. Let's have a look right quick. There is Landy Lara, who's the king apparently according to BoxRec. He's got no belt. What? I thought he had a belt. How can he be the king if he ain't got a belt? Oh, don't tell me Jamal Charlo's undisputed. No, he's got WBC. Zanibek. Where are the belt holders? IBF, WBO. I don't know. There's some vacant belts apparently, it's implying. So yeah, Hamza need to fight for one of them. Anyway, people. I'm fixing to get out of it, I ain't gonna lie. Sunday night, I got work tomorrow. I got some wage slaving to be doing at 5:30 AM. You know what I'm saying? I got some floors to mop. You see Turkey rubbing Tyson's belly ringside. It was weird. Can someone tweet me that? My Twitter is at the THE Don YB. THEDONYB at that. At the Don YB. It might have underscores in that actually. It might be at, I mean, you know what, I can just check here. Someone DM me or tweet or quote me in the video of Turkey rubbing Fury's belly. I've heard about it, but I haven't actually seen it. My at is THEDONYB at the Don YB. So I want to leak that for sure. The WBA is not recognised. Yeah, okay. But where's the WBO then? Well, okay. Yeah, I'm mopping floors, bro. I work at a gym still. Behind reception. Wage slaving for minimum wage out here. Time's at peak. Alright then, guys. I'm out of here. Big love to everyone who came through. And I'll catch you, man, this next week. I'll just do normal videos now. You best believe it.